Steam is jacked up for me. I have to restart Steam.
Who has a 100-word summary of all the trouble you guys got into last week? As I recall, you made a friend down by the river.
We went from this door to this door.
And then Adrex killed him.
Yeah. That was way less than 100 words.
Well, some of them were yours.
Oh, I didn't realize that 100 words was a minimum and a max.
Adrex.
Maximum.
Adrex abused the elderly. That happened.
Yeah, that's...
Ever. She's evil.
Is she? That's kind of up in the... I mean...
She's probably evil, but only, like, technically.
No, you're right. I actually wanted, like, a glass-sized birdie. That's the thing.
Well, like...
Listen, if that old lady is able to hold down Birdie, he deserves it.
Listen, if any of you want to actually put Birdie into that glass thing, he will stab you. He will stab you so much.
What about when he dies? What if we want, like, our remembrance of Birdie to be just this glass statue of Birdie?
Okay, so...
that sounds rad.
Can I put Birdie on the prow of my ship if he dies?
Okay, so... Here's the thing. If you can't bring me back to life by fixing the stone, right? Yeah. Then yes, you can turn Birdie's corpse into a glass statue, but make sure I'm
sensing business opportunity.
But yeah, make sure I'm posed awesome.
Is there any way a kobold can pose awesomely?
Yes.
Stabbing a second kobold.
Stabbing a second smaller kobold who is stabbing a third smaller kobold.
Nodal.
Yeah.
One of my Saturday players has named a character something so dumb.
Okay.
So unbelievably idiotic, I don't even think you would go there. I think you'll be like, no, that's crossing a line.
Okay.
He's playing a Kenku.
Okay.
So already it's like, we want to...
No, yeah, I'm there. Okay, I'm with you.
So we ask what his name is, and he says, people usually call me Will.
That's his name. The whole thing.
And then he says, but it's short for this, and he holds out his phone, and he pushes his phone, and it plays the Wilhelm scream. So the character's actual name is... Ah!
Okay.
I need to restart my computer because issues are happening,
right,
so I apologize. I will be back
we're going to process what I've just said while you're doing that.
That's a quality character name.
Do you have no shame, man? Are there no depths to which you will not sink?
I'm gonna be real honest with you. If I ever play a Kenku, I will be maintaining a sound database, which I will be streaming out over, and I might occasionally require people to say again what they just said so I can get a copy of it.
You're gonna go to jail, Nodal. I'm worried about you. We're all worried about you.
No. I'm on board with this plan, and let me know if you need some help setting it up. I'll do what I can. That's
buddy. Annoying noises over Discord sound pipeline down pat by this point. That was last campaign.
Thinking about playing a Kenku Samurai, because that's just funny to me.
You have a Kenku going out there swinging his sword, making ka-ching noises.
You just need to get a sound clip of Aku from that cartoon just saying, Samurai! That's how he introduces himself. Why would they put that as an option for a playable character race? In the actual book that details, here's the Kenku stats, they even have a little blurb saying, by the way, this race is really annoying and nobody likes them.
So, that's why?
So I'm hearing for the next campaign, 5 Kenku.
I'll quit.
Listen.
Like, I'll do it. I'll just stop. I'll just
Oh
stop.
my god. A Kenku only one shot.
We'd be recreating the noises that Discord just picks up.
We kind of did that with the House of Silence.
Boop, 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 boop.
My Kenku name is the tabletop simulator theme.
All right.
D&D, everyone.
Yeah. Well, you're not back at the table yet.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Next D&D business idea. A troupe of Kenku performers who just watch better performances and then copy them all exactly.
No, see, somebody would have to have given them that idea. So you have like a gnome or something as ringmaster.
So my
Their Foley work is incredible.
my party in Curse of Strahd on Friday saved a little girl from drowning. That was fun.
I can't remember what my party what my dudes did when we did that encounter. I distinctly recall there being some talk about this is Ravenloft, and there's no way that little girl is good news. I don't remember if they let her drown or not. I'll have to ask.
See, I don't know. I never metagamed that. I haven't been metagaming that this is Ravenloft. Everything is shitty. No, I haven't been doing that.
I think you could reach that conclusion without metagaming after a few
That's not
sessions.
metagaming, that is the observation.
It's
That
pattern
is a 1 on a
recognition.
perception check. Oh, it turns out everything sucks.
Anyway,
So yeah, last session it took you guys 4 hours to get from this door to this door. And now you're outside of this door. One of these doors, you were told that the north door leads to the treasury,
I'm going to...
from which you need to return some item of value to the little girl upstairs to prove to her that you are worthy thieves and murderers. The western door, you were told, leads to the crypt of Lord Taya, the master of the castle, and almost certainly death. However, you were told this by somebody who told you that he would be incentivized to lie to you. And he left it at that.
So, we could have asked somebody that got stabbed repeatedly by a certain somebody
He got
which one of these doors to go in.
Very, very stabbed.
Yeah.
You guys made a new friend down by the river. And then for some reason, I don't remember
No, but
why,
see, here's the
Red
thing, though,
stabbed
Red.
Adrex in the neck.
I don't consider that murder.
Man,
Wendy
I'm
begins
just-
by picking up the conversation from 3 weeks ago.
I'm just suddenly very angry because I named the episode Styxia, but Down by the River is so much better of a title. God. I have to go change
So,
So
are
what's
we going
next?
to attempt to open this door?
Yeah, let's open the door. I feel like one trap
So-
is probably enough.
So, are we gonna do what we had discussed before, where we tie a rope around whoever's going in, and then yanking them out if things get, I don't know, troublesome?
So who's opening this door? And what are you doing with this rope?
Is the server lagging for anyone else?
No.
Oh,
Your
crap.
your ping is shooting up and down, but now it's just holding steady.
The other Nodal is trying to break through.
That asshole. Don't trust that guy.
I'm sure he's really cool.
But I'm the real Nodal.
That's what a fake Nodal would say.
Okay. So yeah, let's tie a quick rope around Birdie and give the other end to Adrex.
Mm-hmm.
And let Birdie be the first one in there.
All right, I'll do this.
Okay.
Uh,
And it opens up into a 10-foot long hall that turns left.
It's like just every Birdie turns around and goes, "You have the rope, right?"
Yeah, yeah. I
Those
got
and nods.
Okay.
The room beyond is unmistakably a treasury.
Oh,
Fist pump.
There are 2 stone pillars in the center of the room. Each one has racks of shelves along all 4 sides of them. And there are more shelves along the north and south walls. There are carefully organized, polished wooden chests, larger ones sitting on the floor, and then some smaller ones sitting stacked evenly amongst these shelves. There are, just to the right of you as you come in, right here, a shelf with 8 large gold bars and 2 stacks of 4. Along this section of the wall here, on the north section, you see a fully stocked jeweler's stand, a little workstation where you could cut and inspect gems, and many different colors and sizes and cuts of gems have been laid out on the shelves nearby. There are also all kinds of various art items, carvings, pieces of furniture. Very notably, you don't see any weapons or any armor, but there's a fair amount of jewelry, and, as I said, 20 polished wooden boxes.
okay. So Birdie is going to holler back for red first of all, and then he's going to use. I think it's a wand of detect magic.
Okay.
And I forget. Do I have to point it at a specific item, or is it just like the general detect magic thing where it like just highlights anything in the area?
I will.
I don't have my stuff up, so let me get that up.
Get stuff up.
I can pull it up here.
Yeah, no point. I got to point it at a. I have to point.
Yeah,
it at a
there's no
specific
way it's not. You have to point it at something.
item. Right. Yeah. No, I have to point.
I
it at a
don't
specific
remember
item.
getting the item, but I still remember that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that then.
We can
But-
do it with whatever we end up taking, just to make sure it's not cursed.
All right. So you want me to? I'm assuming you want a check for traps here.
Right. I guess I'll search for traps too.
Okay, go. What are you searching, Red?
This was a chest or a box.
These
I hear
2
that right?
center squares are pillars that run to the ceiling of the room, about 12 feet overhead, and the pillars have evenly spaced shelves, the top shelf of which, therefore, you have to...
Okay.
It's difficult to reach. It's pretty high above your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna search the shelves themselves, see if there's any traps that might trigger when you take something off of them.
Okay, go ahead and roll that
Question-
investigation.
that.
And Birdie, what are you searching?
I'll start with the chests. I don't remember how many you said how many chests there were, but I'll just start
20
with
located around the north and south shelves of the room.
Okay,
That's
I'll start,
20 on or 30 on investigate.
Okay.
I'll start with the rightmost chest then. That is a 15.
15. You don't see any obvious traps, and nothing mechanical. The floor is solid. The shelves all seem to be carved out of the stone of the pillars, so there's nowhere where, like, the shelf is affixed to the wall where it could fall away or trigger something. You don't see any noticeable holes or cracks in the wall where things could seep in. The door seems pretty far away from anything in this room. You don't find anything that is an overt and obvious trap. Do you know the letter of that wand, by the way?
G.
The shelves seem clean too.
Yes.
Alright.
So are the chests?
Can I check the other set of shelves?
Yeah, if you want to make that roll. Yeah, this is the wand G. This is, you got this from the Kobolds.
Right.
Yeah, it's a detect magic, and it'll give you an instantaneous reading on... It's instantaneous reading. It's not lighted up and then you detect magic for 10 minutes.
Right.
Basically tap it against one particular item that you suspect might be magical.
All right.
That's 22.
So, yeah, and same thing. The further you go along in this room, the shelves seem to be extremely well organized. Like it's somebody's job to come in here and dust these daily, probably. Nothing seems to be misplaced. All of the shelves, there's no empty spaces. There's no spaces that have just piles of disheveled items. And no, nothing jumps out at you as being tricked or trapped.
Are the chests actually affixed to the ground?
No, these are wooden boxes. Some of them are standing on the ground, and then there are smaller wooden boxes on the lowest level of shelves, so 20 of these chests in all.
Okay, well, I'll open the one that I, check for traps.
Okay, and it's filled with coin. The inside of the box has 2 compartments lined with differently colored cloth. On one side, it's lined with a bright yellow cloth. Actually, you guys don't have a light source in here. You can't see any colors.
Technically, the light source with Adrex.
Yeah, and you're not in there. You're way back out here. Because that worked so well for you last time you did that.
Dead.
Yeah, and I'll call it. Seems like haven't found any traps. Seems like it's treasury.
So, Birdie, I want you to picture the inside of this box is bisected, but not directly in half. Like the 1/3 of the box is sectioned off from the other part of it. Both of the inside sections are inlaid with cloth. One side you see carefully stacked gold coins. The other side you see a considerably smaller amount, carefully stacked platinum coins.
Well, okay. Is there any, is it all coins and jewels in here as far as we can tell?
Just coins inside the box that you've opened.
I mean, just like on the shelves and things.
The shelves where Wendy is standing, there is the jeweler's workbench with lots and lots of different cuts of gems, carefully organized by cut and color. And around the rooms, along the shelves, in between the boxes, are all different sort of art items. Things that are made out of precious metals. Little carvings, statuettes, cups, jewelry, that sort of thing.
I think the best thing to take the little girl would be some small art thing. And then Birdie stops and says, couldn't we have just, I don't know, and he pulls out like one of the gems out of his pouch. Says, couldn't we have just told her we got this from here and like not gone through all this?
Sure, that's why we should probably pick something distinctive.
I feel like we just did a lot of unnecessary work.
This is
behind where Wendy is
so
standing.
far all been treasure in terms of wealth, right? I haven't seen any like swords or anything like that.
There's no weapons and no arms in here.
Yeah.
What else is in the rest of those boxes?
I don't mind opening them if Red will assist me in checking them in traps.
Do you want me to roll 19 times?
If you want to check for traps 19 times, yes.
What's your worst possible roll?
22. That's a 22 on the second one. 22 on the third one. That's a 22 on the fourth one. 22 on the fifth one. 22 on the sixth one.
Rogues are ridiculous.
22 on the seventh one.
This is your fault, Brickroad. You did this.
That's 29 on the No, that's a 31 on the 8th one. 31 on the 9th one. 22 on the 10th. 22 on the 11th.
Is this Destil Trolls Brick Road?
22 on the 12th. No, it's Destil Trolls Everyone. That's a bingo card.
Destil
22 on the
follows
13th.
Brickroad's.
22 on the 14th. 24 on the 15th. 28 on the 16th. 22 on the 17th. These are some awful rolls.
All things
22 on the
considered.
8th, 19th, and a 29 on the 20th.
What was the 8th box? Because that's the one I'm particularly interested in.
I think it was a 22.
Okay.
How dumb would you guys feel if one of, like, it's my notes said all of the boxes are safe except one, and it requires a 30 investigate to find the trap?
I had 2 above 30s.
No, it takes you a while going through all the boxes, except for the size difference. The ones on the floor, 6 in total are larger than the other ones, but other than the size difference, they all seem pretty much identical. There's not even a locking mechanism on these boxes, just a simple latch that opens up. So 6 of them are on the floor, and then 14, 7 along the north wall, 7 along the south wall.
And they all seem identically untrapped.
Yeah, they all seem pretty safe.
The way this would have went is Red be like safe, and Birdie would just flung the lid open.
And Birdie, as you go from one box to the next, each box looks identical with the same amount of coins inside.
This is a very odd way to store coins. I mean, you can't lay on them or anything.
But you only have to count the coins in one box to know how many coins you have.
Well, what if one of the boxes has 1 coin more? Because the
Within,
average was without
Within
20.
an order of 20 over the number of coins you have.
So what is the, are they just blank, like, slug coins, or they have, like, art on them?
You don't recognize the imagery on them.
Alright, yeah, so let's pick one of these arts.
You said there were small statuettes. That'd probably be easiest.
What catches your eye, Birdie, is an adamantine ring inlaid with mithril. And why the reason it catches your eye as you're going along the treasures is you see dwarven runes around the inlay on the inside of this ring. And looking at the runes, at first you think they're just carved in there, which that alone would take incredible dexterity and masterwork. But upon further examination of this particular ring, it's not just carved into the mithril, it's actually set with what looks like the black obsidian that you recall from the spire. And you recall the visions that you saw of dwarven wizards with the dragon machine.
Oh yeah, no, this is prime target. I'm gonna touch it with my wand to detect magic.
It's not magical.
Oh.
So go ahead and mark off a charge of your wand.
I feel so cheated.
No, here's the thing, though, right? Is I was thinking, well, that's clearly magical, so that's a waste of a charge. That was a good choice.
When I think Birdie, I think good choices.
Nah.
Listen, nobody's died yet. That's been my fault.
That's just not true.
Nobody important has died yet. That's been my fault.
So many NPCs.
Similarly untrue.
So Birdie, you take this ring.
Yeah, I just pocket it, but I'm
Okay.
still looking for like a small statuette.
Okay. Yeah, there's all kinds of little statuettes of various types of humanoids, animals, monsters. Many of these look to be carved and polished out of all different kinds of material. You find granite, ivory, petrified wood. Very little out of actual precious metals. Very few out of silver or gold. And the ones you do find are very, very small. And you suspect they're just plated.
So what is okay? Is there any dragons?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Birdie takes a dragon one.
Okay.
Because that's awesome.
You
And
find a
turn-
dragon that reminds you of the stories you've been hearing about the Ice King. You find a dragon carved out of ivory that has tiny sapphires set for eyes.
Birdie holds it over his head victoriously and just walks out. Ha!
You got it.
I mean, I suppose that would work. It is unique, perhaps.
Adrex has somehow gotten himself tangled up on his end of the rope. But is acting very casually not to draw notice to himself.
This is what happens when you don't have rope proficiency.
I
True
didn't
statement.
even know Edgar was in here. Okay. What's next?
Bork. I guess we carry this stuff out and go talk to the young girl.
Do we want to finish up with the long trapped hallways we presume lead to the other towers?
Oh, tabletop just froze. I was gonna say, should we go check the ant keeper? Go say hi.
There was a sealed door here.
Oh, it's actually sealed.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the only reason I would say
Yeah,
up there.
I don't think So
To be honest, none of the towers have had anything interesting in them except for
no.
Right.
death.
No, I'm just wondering if we wanted to go up there and try and shut down those ballistic.
Nah.
Don't really see a need to right this minute. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and head back upstairs then. I'm waiting for a stop.
Okay, so you're heading back upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, it seems like we've explored everywhere there could possibly be a way down, except for the trapped room with the undead, the anteater's room, and the
The Anteater's room? Don't you mean the Ant Keeper?
I'm assuming he does both. Why wouldn't he? And the room of the grasping undead mind man. So, of the three of those, it seems most likely that the way down would be through that undead door, which means Raazu. We're gonna need to find a way through.
Again, I don't appreciate being referred to as the undead of the group.
What? I was just pointing that out because you were so against finding a way through the other day, the other hour.
I mean,
Feels like we've been in here for a month, to be honest.
You come back up the stairs and head back into floor 1 through the kitchen. So you'd be coming up
Yeah.
over here.
Yeah.
Through the charnel room, which opens up into the kitchen. Or not, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
not the
then-
kitchen, the temple room.
I'm gonna try to disconnect from the server and see if I can rejigger my connection somehow.
Okay.
And then this one was the one that takes us upward.
So just
right.
assume that I'm following next to Adrex.
And you come up the stairs into this room here.
and Birdie's still holding the little dragon statue above his head victoriously. Because that's what he does.
Yo,
You got
Birdie,
the
that thing's creepy.
thing.
Yeah.
Birdie, that thing's creepy.
Is the door open?
It's open a
Here.
crack, and on the other side you can see the faint orange glow of a fire.
Raazu steps back, looks to Birdie, and gestures to the door and says, "Wave her out here."
Like, you want me to go get her? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. You're
Okay.
you're the one who can be quiet. Like, I don't trust myself to be quiet. Armor and all.
Birdie pushes the door open and
Okay.
walks in.
And
he's holding the...
the orc girl, like I said, there's a hearth set into the wall here, and the hearth is cold, but she has just a small metal bowl which has a couple of smoldering embers still in it, and she's curled up in front of the fire, fast asleep.
Oh. Like, she wanted us to kill the knight that she works for, right?
She
just said
despises
that.
Sir Caistus because Sir Caistus took her as a squire only because there were no boys to take. And once he has a proper squire, he will probably see fit to slay her. He tells her this every day.
So, Birdie just very quietly sets the dragon down and goes, he said, okay, mission accomplished. Let's go kill the knight.
Raazu frowns.
He's like, she's so... Birdie says she's so impressed that she took it and she went right to sleep.
Raazu gestures to the clearly sleeping girl, and says, "Wake her up."
Why? Like, why? Let her sleep.
Because she has information that we need.
Well, we could go do the thing for her. She'll be happy when she wakes up. She'll be so surprised. I don't know. I can't bring myself to wake her up.
Raazu is just absolutely, like, she's got this look on her face, like,
Also, like, we need to be quiet
She's-
because there's a guy in the other room that we're supposed
100% done with it. Raazu is
Wendy-
just 100%.
Wendy
dumb.
heads over, slowly closes the door, and then turns around and whispers, "So wait, are we gonna kill this Sir Caistus guy or what? Because he sounds like he sucks."
Like, yeah,
Yes, but we need the information from the little girl first in case there's anything else we need to
No.
do in this place.
no, because she said she wouldn't give us the information until we killed Sir Caistus.
That's not true.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because that's what I got out of the situation. I guess I wasn't listening.
Yeah, I was. Thanks.
Where you guys had left it was she wasn't completely sure whether you were skilled enough thieves or murderers to be able to handle the likes of Sir Caistus.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point,
So that's
this
why
is-
she sent us downstairs to go get the unique treasure
I mean,
to prove our worth, as it were.
waking the little girl has the chance of causing enough noise to alert Sir Caistus.
Raazu, her hand goes for her whip. She holds up her hand, holds a finger up, closes her eyes for a moment, and then reaches out to Birdie, nudges him on the shoulder a couple times without saying a word, and then gestures as a, "See? That's how you wake people up."
Yeah, but she could, like, I don't know, scream out in surprise or whatever. Who
Yeah, no,
actually...
Birdie has a good point. Birdie, go steal Sir Caistus's weapons. He
Okay,
doesn't need those. I'm gonna go throw them off the tower.
Raazu is extremely fucking, like, done with this right now.
What, you want to
Birdie-
fight him with the weapons?
Birdie, make a hide check or a stealth check
all right.
as you sneak up to Sir Caistus's door. This door is also open just a crack, although it's only darkness within.
How does a 34 do?
A 34? It's pretty sneaky.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to just inch the door open until I can see inside. Very, very slowly, very quietly. No creaking of the doors.
None creaking.
Ah, that's way too much. Why did it do that?
I didn't see anything.
I can't go back. I can
Huh?
never go back. Here, let's do this.
They need like a reverse, like a reverse revealer.
Reverse revealer.
Yeah, so you can like paint the stuff back in. That'd actually be a good suggestion, actually.
Birdie.
I would just like something that's not a circle that you could just paint.
Yeah, use the paint tool to fog a war.
Yeah,
Cleaner.
that would be pretty good too.
Two things strike you as you open the door to this room. The first, well, how far do you open the door? First of all, let's start there.
I'll open it a little bit. I'm gonna just open it until like there's some sort of like minor reaction and then stop. Like as long as nothing happens to make me want to be careful, I'm just going to very slowly open it all the way.
Okay. And as you open the door, you're expecting the two things that hit you immediately as you just start opening the door. The first is the warmth. You feel warmth emanating from the back of the room, which at this point in this place you've come to associate with these woolen curtains that hang along the walls and emit a comforting warmth. Are you trained in nature or medicine?
Yes,
Which?
nature.
And thinking about it, you take this as a good sign, because it must mean that Sir Caistus is mortal. He can't sleep in a frozen chamber. The second thing that hits you is the smell. And it's not like the smell of like rotting meat or anything. It's just the smell of a very unkempt room. Like a bachelor pad, almost. Like too many bags of Doritos. Definitely the stale smell of ale hangs in the air. Flat beer and whatnot. The third thing that strikes you is you've opened the door a couple of creaks and you can't see into the room. It is utterly impossibly dark.
So dark that even my dark vision can't see past it.
Yes.
Hmm. And no light from outside of here. I don't know what kind of light situation is out here.
Very little, just a couple of smoldering embers. She has a tiny fire pit made in the larger hearth out of like a bronze urn or something that she's using for warmth. And there's just a few smoldering bits of tinder still lit in there. Beyond that, you don't have any light behind you because probably Adrex is too far away with his sword.
Mm-hmm. Well, Birdie's going to close the door very gently and then just kind of back out there. And because that's abnormal enough to where I would not going to be. I don't want to go forward by myself. Be like, yeah, there's something going on in that room. It's dark in there. It's so dark in there that I can't see anything. Like it's supernaturally dark. Also, there's like a smell in there, kind of like old ale and stale vomit. It's very
Raazu gestures again to the little girl.
Okay, fine. Birdie
It's lucky
pokes
Raazu didn't whip you.
Birdie pokes the little girl.
You whip Birdie, I'm whipping you.
Poke the little girl. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Do you have additions to your saves against little girls?
It's 23.
23. As you jostle the little orc girl, awake, with blinding speed as she wakes up, in one motion she snatches up her wooden twig of a sword and thwaps it out at you. You definitely jump backwards. You can see clearly she's been trained to swing in a situation like this. But her eyes cast on you for a moment, and you see recognition there. And then she kind of sleepily drifts down and sees the white dragon that you set on the ground next to her. And she drops the twig sword, and she takes it up, and it takes both of her little hands to lift this thing up. And you can tell that she's impressed by the weight of it. And then she just looks at you, and she gives a couple of curt nods, and then motions her head towards the slightly open door behind you.
And Birdie whispers to her, very quietly. He's like,
and she
"Why?"
shushes you when you start whispering in this room, and motions you
Okay.
back to the door behind you.
Yeah, Birdie. Yeah.
Birdie emerges
Raazu
from
has
the
a
room.
very "I told you so" look on her face.
Birdie emerges from the room, quickly followed by the little orc girl. And she has her twig of a sword down in her belt loop, and she's holding this white dragon in both hands. And she very gingerly pulls the door almost completely shut behind her. And she's not whispering exactly, but she's speaking in a hushed voice. And she says that you found the lady's treasury and you all came back alive. And she's incredibly impressed. Surely you have proven yourselves to be very skilled thieves and murderers indeed.
Yeah, they both came up.
Raazu nods.
Birdie
So
asks-
what's... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to ask her, why is it so dark in the room over there?
She says that Sir Caistus likes the dark when he sleeps. It bothers
Yeah.
him not.
That's not normal dark, though.
She
I can
shakes her
see
head,
in the dark.
and you see understanding on her face. Like you're not telling her anything she doesn't know. She expounds on this. She says that there's always darkness in this place. Most of the windows have been bricked over. And the few places where there are sunlight are heavily guarded or difficult to reach. But the darkness in that room, it's almost like it's solid. It's almost like it's something. She says if you're going to murder Sir Caistus, that you'll have to lure him out of the room. It would not do to fight him there.
Ambush?
She nods, and she goes over to these two doors on the southern end of the room. And she says, it'll be a tight squeeze, but I think I can fit you in these two closets. And then you can ambush him when he comes out when I raise the alarm.
Is that going to raise the alarm of anyone else or just Sir Caistus?
She says that if you've made it down to the lady's treasury and back in one piece and you see no worse for wear, she doesn't imagine anything that can come up the stairs in response to an alarm will be of any consequence to you. Surely not.
Alright, during this we'll need to keep eyes on the stairs just in case. She says to the others.
As she fishes around her belt for a second, and takes out a small metal key and unlocks these two doors.
Birdie, can you trap the stairway?
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trap.
Okay.
You said I can trap 3 squares. I'm
Yeah.
gonna trap 3 squares going down the thing.
Okay. And she
I'll
opens
mark
up
that.
these two doors in
Closets?
this room. And they are just very tiny little closet spaces. They're not empty, but they're not full of anything in particular. One has what looks like just some old, forgotten linens, clothing, a couple of robes hanging up. The other one has cleaning supplies. There's 2 mops, a couple of old buckets, and you smell just the mildewy smell in either of these 2 closets. She tells you that Sir Caistus has a sword that is invisible and weightless until he swings it. He said it was given to him by God.
Which god?
Which, yeah, Raazu's like, which god gave it to him?
Sir Caistus says there's only one god and many false gods.
Raazu rolls her eyes.
Doesn't sound very observant.
She says she doesn't know about Sir Caistus' god, but she can vouch for the sharpness of the sword.
Fair enough.
She also says she's never seen, or don't let his size and his bulk, or even his drink, should he be in his cups. Don't let any of that fool you. You've never seen a man this large move this fast.
Are these arrow slits or windows?
These are arrow slits. And now as it gets on late into the evening, no light is coming in through them. Are these your 3 trap rolls here?
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'm gonna write down what the check needs to be. But I'm listening.
Okay. 2 of you can fit very uncomfortably into each of these closets if you spend some time and remove what's in them. If you don't, maybe only one of you in each one. And I would say Birdie can squeeze into either one regardless, because he's real small.
Okay. Birdie, I guess you're with me. Adrex and Red in the other one.
All right, but
Well-
try not to stab me in the neck this time. Adrex
You
got
were
his
some
neck.
sort of monster.
Windy, I'm not sure what to do with you.
You're some sort of monster.
Birdie's small.
maybe-
He can sit on my shoulders.
The first person to leave the closet is going to have to use an action to do so. Birdie, you can
Right.
leave with just using a bonus action instead.
Okay.
So the plan is she's going to... So you guys have taken time to take just the linens and cleaning supplies, and what have you done with these?
Throw them down the stairs.
Just pitched them over Birdie's traps?
Yeah.
See if that sound attracts anybody.
Let's throw them out the arrow slits instead.
You won't be able to fit everything through these arrow slits. There's buckets and things that aren't going to fit through.
Oh.
So what she's going to do is she's going to go into Sir Caistus' room and wake him up and tell him that there are intruders, and then she's going to lead him back through this door. And you're going to be able to hear when she comes in, because she's going to fake like she trips and falls over a bucket, and you see her place this bucket upturned so that the fetid liquid inside sloshes out onto the floor. When you hear the clatter of when I fall over this bucket, that's when you'll know that it's time to come out and be ready to strike.
Very well.
You guys close yourself up in the closets?
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead and roll some initiative.
End of campaign. Oh, wait.
End of campaign, yeah.
They're actually closets of death.
See, Sararak,
Closet.
these closets were built by Sararak.
I really have to move Adrex. Yay.
All right. That's
Holy
an
crap, Raazu didn't roll Garbo on initiative.
amazing initiative for someone with a commoner stat block. That's not bad.
Are we both on 13?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to see how Brick Road shakes out to...
Let me go after you
Traffic
so you can
jam.
stand next to something I can stab it.
I got one on 12
Fair.
here.
I think Adrix rolled a 12 as well.
That's fine. Red and Adrix can both be on 12. You don't have to go down to 11. What are you doing?
I don't
There's
know.
plenty of room for two people there.
Yeah,
There you go.
It's fine. You can do that.
It's like
That's
we're in
okay.
a closet.
We did kind of roll the initiative for that, yeah.
Where's Birdie?
It would be rude of me to ask our gay players what it's like to be back in the closet. That would be very inappropriate, so I'm not going to do that.
A little bit, yeah.
It's home sweet home.
Let's see, who's first in initiative? Birdie's first in initiative.
And you hear the
so
slight
should be
creak
on
as she
top.
goes into the door. Yeah, a moment later, you hear a great clatter as the bucket is overturned in the doorway.
The hero is such a clatter.
And that triggers Birdie's up first.
Birdie, what do?
Birdie's he'll bust out.
It's going to be a bonus action to get out of the closet.
That's fine. I'm going to go over here.
Which of these is the girl, and which is
The green
something
one
else?
is the girl laying on the ground, laying prone.
Okay.
Looking at Sir Caistus, he is an extremely large and bulky man with very pale skin. He's wearing plate armor that is just in terrible... it's in decent repair. It's in good... It's kept well, but it's not fitting on him properly. Not to be put too fine a point on it, but it looks like he just rolled out of bed and into his armor. And as she says, he does not have a weapon. There's an empty scabbard hanging at his side where a longsword might be sheathed. And he is kind of stumbling into the room, and his eyes have bags under them, and they're red and bloodshot. And he's staggering as though he is completely inebriated. But he is also utterly surprised. Birdie.
Oh, okay. I'm going to shoot him with a dragon bone arrow.
Okay.
I have 4 of these, so no advantage. I don't know. Is the little girl considered our?
Thought he was surprised.
He is
Yeah, if
surprised.
he's surprised.
Oh, okay.
Does that confer advantage?
I mean, if it converts.
Either way, Birdie's going first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Birdie's turn right now.
Do I get advantage or not?
No, surprise doesn't mean you have automatically have advantage. Do you have a way
That's
to
what
grant
I-
yourself advantage?
Yeah, I
Does
thought
the-
you did.
Does the little girl count as an ally for the purposes of this?
I'm gonna say no because she's a non-combatant.
Right. I didn't think so. But does
My understanding of you get the sneak attack when an ally was in 5 feet because they're distracted by fighting your ally,
right.
allowing you to.
Well,
Fair.
I was actually thinking about like pack tactics. But yeah,
Either way, even with pack tactics, the reason
Right.
pack tactics works because they're distracted by fighting one of your allies.
right.
And she's a
Yeah, I was
non-combatant.
not.
She's not fighting.
Not going to. So
Even if she was, she's not fighting him yet.
that was a 12.
A 12 to hit,
Yes.
and this arrow plinks harmlessly off his plate armor.
And that's Birdie just kind of looks to the left, looks to the right. He's like, "Oh no!"
And
Birdie
Thada
yells,
wakes up, scrambles to her feet, grabs the bucket, and you can see that she tries to push her way back into the room. Sir Caistus shoves her back in and tells her to draw her weapon and prove her valor in very slurred common speech. And Wendy, you're up.
All right.
It's an action to muscle your way out of the closet. I'm assuming Raazu's taking up 80% of this closet. Wendy's like packed up into the top corner somewhere.
Wendy's on her shoulders. I'll roll my way out of the closet. And what am I going to do? I think I'm just going to take up position standing right here, and I'm going to dodge.
Bonus action to dodge.
Yep.
Okay. It's going to bring us to Raazu. You do not have to spend an action to get out, because nobody else is hampering your path.
Can I move here and then try to pull the girl out of the way?
Yeah, if you're just trying to grab her.
Yeah, I want to move her out of the way.
Okay, go ahead and
Right
make that
to
grapple check.
that corner.
Strength athletics.
just shove her in the closet.
Probably not a bad idea.
Just got to beat a 15.
Fuck. I don't beat a 15. Wait. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna blip this. I'm gonna blip
The
this.
day we all learned Raazu's not as strong as a little girl.
There we go. That's better. Yeah, I'll burn my blips for that.
And you reach out to grab Thada and drag her out of the way. You can tell that some part of her is trying to keep up appearances, like she's been ordered to stand her ground and fight. And so she does put up a struggle, but at the end of the day, you're a 19-foot-tall, crazy hobgoblin bodybuilder, and she's a young girl with a commoner stat block. So yeah, you pull her aside, and you're taking
I'm
up
leaving
position.
little girl's threat range.
I mean, if she takes her reaction, then she's showing Sir Caistus that she's not surprised. She gives the whole game away. So believe it or not, she does not try to attack you.
Okay.
She attacks, she becomes a combatant, and then Birdie got retrospective initiative.
Anything else for Raazu?
That's gonna end Raazu's turn.
Red, you're up. It's going to take you an
have
action
hit
to
po-
squeeze out of the closet.
I have hit points today.
So,
It's a
as an
valuable
action, I'll leave the
experience.
closet. As a bonus action, I'll give Raazu her next attack on Sir Caistus, and I think I'll just move to, like, there? I don't know.
Adrex, you're up.
Inquiry.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere I can fire in this room where he's not going to have cover from Raazu?
No.
Okay. Adrex shouts at Raazu to attack him.
Oh, Commander Strike?
Commander Strike, yeah.
Awesome. I love it.
Don't forget you have advantage on the roll, too.
I do. Thanks, Red. We're just like the teamworkiest team we've ever had in our history playing D&D here. Like, we have a lot of synergistic abilities, I've found. Ooh, that's kind of Garbo. That's kind of... do I get bonus to hit with that, or is it to damage? Because it's only a 14 to hit. Burko, does a 14 hit?
No, does not.
Okay, how about a... Can Adrex see me?
Yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18. Does that hit?
No, does not.
Dang.
Really?
His plate
Whip,
armor sits awkwardly on his form, but it is still plate armor.
No, not like that.
Adrex, what else you got? Is that it? Okay, Caistus is surprised. The mysterious red token that's also on the board.
Don't worry about it.
Mark?
Yep. So bring us back around to Birdie. Birdie, as you see Raazu's attack land ineffectually on Caistus' armor, you see him kind of compose himself, and he reaches up with one of his hands, grabs the visor of his helmet, and slaps it down across his face. It's your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, we were tasked with murdering.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a rogue.
He's
I
got
got one thing
partial
I can
cover
do.
in that doorway.
That's fine. Because I have advantage.
Big ass hobgoblin in the way.
Well, that's not gonna. Does a 17 do it?
Doesn't do it.
No.
All right. Oh well.
Gotta be at least a 19, his AC.
I'm done.
That's it? Okay. It's going to bring us to...
The dice are being mean today.
They are.
She's going to scrabble her way into this closet. She closes the door. And you can hear Caistus shouting curses at her as he sees her retreat. Although only Red can understand them because he's using the Southling language. And you've never been to the far south, Red, but these are not things that you should call a little girl.
Okay.
It's going to bring us to Windy.
All right.
Windy.
What about Windy?
It's your turn.
Windy understands it too.
Is there any way to attack him from melee from this square?
He's going to have partial cover from that square because you're attacking around a corner and Raazu's right in your way. Fighting in doorways can be awkward.
Yeah, thanks, Raazu. Yeah, I'll attack him from there.
Okay.
And I'm going to go for... let's just do a standard couple of longsword swings. One longsword, one punch.
This is the Orc's longsword?
No, it's my longsword.
That'd be Captain Eye's longsword.
I knew that was coming. I love it.
It's been a while. Yeah. Sometimes you got to polish off the old classics, you know?
That's a 21 to hit.
21 will not hit.
Ooh.
All right. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
In that case,
What is this guy doing?
I am going to use my bonus action to charge up my longsword,
Okay.
sharpen the blade, and then I'm going to attack again. Nah, that's a miss.